So the Rockets are rolling. They've won 28 of their last 31 games. Warriors back in 2015, 2016 were the last team to do that. There are a lot of stats to back up the Rockets' stellar play, but something that stands out with this team, their MVP candidate, James Harden. So far this season, the bearded one has been fouled 58 times while shooting three-pointers, almost twice as much as the second guy on this list, Damian Lillard. Okay. Let's see how he gets it done. Rex is a defender.
I don't want to defend.
You don't want to do that. That's Sam Mitchell's thing. This is the shooter.
Look,
I'm going to be Chris Paul. I'm going to be Chris Paul.
I'll be the beard. I'll be the beard.
That's a stretch.
Get over
the beard.
But this is the thing. Anytime as a defender, the way I was taught, and this is the difference in the NBA today. When I'm closing out on the guy, in the NBA today, because of the team defensive rules, most guys are closing out at this way. They're giving a guy, they're trying to force the guy to go one way or the other. Back in the day when they taught us, we closed out square. So for Rex to beat me, he had to go east and west. So I'm making him go east and west.
See that?
Now, yeah.
They can't do that now.
Can't do that now. But this is the problem.
You're talking about the hands.
Yes. Yeah, but this is the problem. They took away the hands. Fine. But this is the new defense now because in practice, we don't get to practice as much as we used to. When we came to the league, you had 30 days of training camp, 60 practices, or about 50. So you could work on a lot of things. Now you have 3 days of training camp, 2 days, and then you start playing games. So this is the team defense now. We tell guys, most teams no middle. So when I close out, a guy, instead of influencing him a little bit, they're going to get on the high side because if he goes middle, the coach is going to be mad, right? So this is what James Harden does. You're already beat because you're shade. And so now as James Harden comes, get out of here, Chris Paul. Get out of here. Now, as I try to regain control and get back into him, guess what James Harden's going to do? He's going to create the contact. And at that point, anytime an official see a guy going into his shooting motion and there's body contact, and doesn't have to be this, but if you're doing this with your body and you're influencing him off his spot, they are going to blow the whistle.
So how does it happen so often at the three-point line, and why is it just James Harden and not anyone else in the league?
He got fouled 58 times already on a three. Now, you know, back in our day, if I got fouled on a three 5 times in a season,
that was a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it just didn't happen. Now, I'm going to play left-handed, though, like James does, and he's got you here, and he's got all this stuff.
But look what my hands are now.
And all he's trying to do.
This is the problem. Instead of here, my hands are here.
Okay.
So
when he goes up for the shot.
So go to a shot. It's an automatic foul. And then
he's going to hit me on the arm.
Look at the youth of the players.
And it's a game of cat and mouse. Exactly. I'm looking at you, and you got your hand here, and I'm just waiting for you to reach in just a little bit.
But this is the problem. We were taught as a defender to try to control the offense guy. What I mean by that, when I closed out, if I got close up, I wanted you to turn. Yeah. Now I can control you. But this is what happened. If I let Rex control me, but once he goes into triple threat and he gives me that, and I do this, I'm in trouble now.
And here's the big three. My pops told me this a long time ago. He said, hey, guy gets up on you, you rip through there and you try to break his arm off. And if you might get it, but guess what? You got another weapon coming through, and that is your head. And nobody wants to get hit with your head. So you bring that head right through there, and you get somebody back off.
Let's watch James actually do it. And then you guys can talk me through it. How about that?
All right, let's see it.
Here's the play. This is what you guys were just doing. That hand that you were talking about, Sam.
Exactly. So you're supposed to have your hand up. Look at John Wall, your guy. That's a foul. You can't do that. If he got his hand up, then that call doesn't happen. Same thing with Drew Holiday.
3 different times we see the hand out because you're trying to stop him.
But do the same thing that James just did. What if I do this? Now go up.
Well, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to attack here and get down.
But if I'm down here and I'm like this, that's the best you can do. All right? Or you got to square the guy up, get up under and square him up and make him go east and west and stop trying to influence him one way or the other. But that's what teams do because they don't want middle penetration because it opens up the strong side of the offense. You try to keep a guy on one side of the floor, but when you do this, you're basically giving him a direct, straight line drive. And James Harden, he's smart. When he gets to that scoring area, and again, the offensive player always has the advantage because he knows when he wants to shoot.
So, Sam, if you were coaching against the Rockets, right, and just before the game, you're trying to tell you guys, okay, what exactly would you tell them to do to make sure, above everything else, that they don't foul James Harden on the three-point shot?
It's two things for me when we played the Rockets. I would tell our guys, when you close out on James Harden, we're not opening up one way or the other. I want you square. We're trying to make James Harden an east and west type player, not a north and south. Second, don't get your hands here. If you're going to have your hands low, have them low to hit up. Referees don't call this hitting up. They call this. Third, if I'm going to do it, either I'm here like this. So, all right, and that's all you can do, because
if you reach, you got a problem.
You're done.